Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the ruler of the 8th house posited in the 6th house in a natal horoscope. Well, firstly, as most of you know, the 8th house governs sex, death, transformation, regeneration, occult, astrology, others' resources. And the 6th house governs diet, health, fitness, pets, animals, work, service. And anyway, first thing I want to get at, and I don't want to be too fatalistic with this, and in some isolated cases, I would say it could be possible, since the 8th house does rule death, and the 6th house, it does govern health, perhaps death might occur due to some debilitating illness that the person may have. There might be a quote-unquote, I guess, a life and death type way of looking at, I guess, health matters, service performed for others. There might be a lot of intensity in taking care of one's pets. This could be somebody who has others' resources, may figure prominently in this person's diet and health, resource, and fitness, need to be healthy. This could be, for instance, maybe this person has, a friend or significant other or somebody that has workout or weightlifting equipment, and this person just, uses it and, uses others' resources in order to better themselves and augment their health, pretty much. This could be somebody that has, I guess you could say, like a transforming urge or nature in regards to health matters. This could be somebody that, at one point in time, felt compelled to say to get out on a good workout regime or exercise program, or start, a diet program in order to, I guess, transform themselves health-wise. This could also be somebody that injects 8th house matters into their work schemes, such as astrology, the occult, metaphysical subjects, investigation, and some of these qualities, might come out or be talked about maybe with their, fellow employees, or what have you. Even if they're not doing any of these things as an actual profession, people might take notice of these qualities of this person, at these interests of this person at work. This could be somebody who's, I guess you could say, their sexual life, might be, I guess you could say, tied into their health or how they feel about themselves. Could be a person that, if they have a very sexually stimulating life, or something that is a very, where they feel that their sex life is very positive, they could be very, I guess you could say, more, amiable, and, as far as their outlook goes, more jocular, and affects their mental health in a positive way. However, this person, if their sex life, at least in their opinion, might not be good, then, they might become, depressed or despondent, and it might affect their, just their general, possibly their mental outlook, or, to some point, and, could show, on the person, as far as, I guess you could say, their attitude or just general outlook on things. This could be a person that has, you could say, that even, look at the 8th house as sex, is connected with sex, and the 6th house is, connected, with work. And I'm not saying, well, people with this placement, no, I'm not saying everybody. It might be a few people that might, where sex could play a role, in their work environment. And, I'm saying legally, like, like a sex therapist or something, or somebody that acts as a counselor and talks about, sexual matters, I guess you could say, where their clients converse with them regarding sexual matters. So, in some cases it might be something where, the subject of sex does, figure strongly in the, in the occupation, maybe. This could be somebody whose taxes might affect their work life. If the person owes, a lot of money, it could be something where, maybe it affects their performance at work per se. This could be somebody, that has, I guess, if they have tax liabilities that could impact them at work, or if they, if they get a lot of taxes back on their income form. It could be somebody that has a lot of production at work and, more competent, more reliable. It could be eighth house is connected with inheritances, and inheritances, obviously could impact the work life as well. If the person inherits an exorbitant amount of money, it might be somebody that just doesn't, maybe doesn't work a lot, or, doesn't have to work quite as much. If the inheritance is not good, then obviously this person is going to be compelled to work a little bit more. And by the way, I do have the ruler of the 8th house posited in my 6th house. No shocker. I mean, don't be flabbergasted. I mean, you know that I do, astrology is some kind of work, at least on YouTube anyway. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the ruler of the 8th house posited in the 6th house in the natal horoscope. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about the ruler of the 8th house in the 7th house in the natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis on a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.